This is a very quick video on how to install the fast grid charger. If you purchase this chunker here, there will be a better video in the future, but I'm running out the door and I wanted to just shoot something. So what we'll need to do to install this, the smaller grid charger installs one way, this one installs a different way. And so what we need to do is we need to take 4 of the screws that were on your battery in terminals, and we're going to screw these into your bracket here. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then go ahead and push the bracket as far as you can that direction. It's not going to move a whole lot. Oh, I did put 2 screws here just to make sure these holes line up later. You could, of course, just put the LiBCM there as well. But make sure you just push the bracket as far as you can that direction. You'll see why that is in a second. And then you'll tighten these 4 screws all the way. And that's not that tight. These are plastic inserts. So next we're going to take your grid charger, and you've got the side with these Anderson plugs on it. That side's going to go that way. And we're going to take this lip and stick it underneath here. So I'm going to do that now. And now you're going to take and you want to push this as far as you can to the left. And to move it to the left, you'll need to actually pick it up slightly. The goal is that you line the notch here up with this hole right there. And you can see that we're going to screw a bolt in there. Now, my correctly spaced washers did not arrive in time, so I've taken the washers off of some of the, what car is that? I don't even remember right now. Wherever the LTOs are from, sorry, I'm pretty tired. You're going to take and put this spacer here, and then you're going to put a washer. Now, some of the washers, again, these are just kind of out of my personal supply. So if you have a thicker washer and a thinner washer, in this case they're the same thickness, but if you have a thicker washer, put the thicker washer on the bottom, and then we're going to take one of the leftover bolts that did go here before that held your BMS in. We're going to take the other washer, put it on top, and we're going to screw into there. Now initially, there's going to be a gap between the top and the bottom, and as you tighten this, it's going to bend this flange slightly, which is fine. But that right there is going to secure this charger in place. It's not going anywhere. So that's a pretty simple, elegant solution. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to take and plug the actual grid charger cable in. To do that, you want to route it through this opening here. Ooh, sorry, there's a lightning storm going on right now. And then you're going to take and route the grid charger through there, and then you need to actually zip tie this in place. So that the wires don't get chafed. Okay. And because we are sliding through these holes here, when you go to put the styrofoam back on top, so this styrofoam piece, when you go to put it back on top, is going to probably have some interference, and so you might need to take and cut part of this styrofoam out. There's just a lot going on here. This grid charger is really big. As I mentioned previously, there's a grid charger even bigger than this. It's about this wide. No idea where it's going to go, but this is about as large as you're going to be able to fit on top without at least cutting these brackets off. Anywho, next step, you're going to take and plug in the Anderson harness there. And so I left the wires long on this. If you are going to go to the 47 amp hour Samsung modules, I would recommend keeping these long. However, if you know you're always just going to use EHW5 modules, you can cut these shorter and it'll make the routing a little bit easier. I want to show you kind of what I've come up with as far as how to route this. So first you're going to take the dimmer circuit here, which has a white and a black on it, and you can see the pin out here. DIM plus, DIM minus will match, what is it called here? Grid PWM plus and minus. So what I want y'all to do is take and route this up and then plug it in that direction. So getting these bins all correct. So I'm not actually, well, maybe I will, I'll screw it in. This screwdriver's about had it, but we can get it at least kind of tight. So there is our first guy. And then we will take probably a smaller zip tie. Sorry, I am literally getting in the car as soon as I finish filming this video. So I know it's rushed, I will refilm it later. So we'll put that zip tie there like that. And then we will plug our brown and blue in to the grid plus and minus, like so. And then once again, we'll screw these in, like that. And then we'll probably just take and probably just zip tie this to that. Once we get the cover on, that IMA cover will keep this stuff all in place. So that is the grid charger installed, and then this power cord will install just as it is in the other installation video. So it'll kind of come down and go out the bottom of the vehicle. So the remaining thing here then is that when we go to plug in the OEM BCM IMA wire harness, typically it's going to go right where this grid charger is now, and it has a clip that goes in there. We're not going to be able to clip that clip in anymore. So you're going to basically have to route the IMA wire harness is going to have to route behind here. So anyway, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like if you purchased the fast grid charger in a beta testing period, you can probably MacGyver this out. Again, I will film a better video when I get back next week. So if you are lost or if I'm missing something and it doesn't work, you know, we'll get to it next week, but I did want to get these out. Again, another option, of course, is you can always just cut these shorter, but then if you're using those 47 amp hour modules later, you might need to make the cables longer again. So hopefully that's enough for y'all to figure out anything that I might be missing. Thanks for watching as always.